Ronette.
Hey, Jen, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am well. Good to see you.
You too. Oh, what a day, what a week, what a month, what a year.
I feel the same way.
Oh my goodness gracious. It's good to be back on Business Monday. And just the two of us.
Yes, just the two of us.
How about that? Wow, but we've had some exciting times. We've had some exciting
We've
guests.
lost connection.
Uh-oh.
Lost connection. Go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can now. Yes.
Okay. You lost me for a minute?
Yes.
Okay, I see somebody in the background over there. So anyway, welcome everybody to Jan and Ronette's Business Monday. We're so excited to be here with you again, just the two of us, as we said, to talk to you about, some things that we've been doing. We didn't bring a guest this time, not that we couldn't find one. We've got several people who were interested in coming on board, and we just weren't able to really connect and get it all together. So we thought we'd just come to you and talk to you about some of the things we've been doing and some of the successes that we've had, and maybe some trials and tribulations as well since COVID-19 hit. So, but welcome to Jan and Ronette's Business Monday once again.
Yes, excited to be here.
Yes. So, we're going to take a hiatus after this show. We're going to let those of you who are on early know. So not to look for us for a few weeks, and then we'll tell you again at the end of the show for those who may dial in later in the show. So we're going to be off until the 14th of September. So we're going to take a break, maybe try to get some vacation time in, do some things with the family, since we haven't been able to do much of that because of COVID-19. Because there's just been so much, stay in your house, stay away from people, put your mask on, social distancing, but I think it's time for us to do some family stuff, and we need a break.
Yeah, exactly. We do.
And I've heard, and I know you've heard too, and I actually saw a report about this on TV that people tend to be working a lot harder since we've been on, this COVID-19 shutdown than we did when we went to work every day. Some people are saying that, usually they have that hour or however long it takes to go from their house to work on the bus or on the train or whatever to kind of air their thoughts. You don't get that anymore. You wake up in the morning, brush your teeth, and wipe your face off and do whatever else you do. And then you're on the computer, you're working. And then you work until sometimes it's close to time to go to bed. And I know I'm mentally drained by 8 and 9 o'clock from the different board meetings that I'm sitting on after we finish with the normal day-to-day stuff. What about you, Ronette?
Oh, about the same. Yes. I feel as though I wake up at 0:30, and after my workout, I'm right here on this laptop, just working until the wee hours of the evening. So we have to figure out how to better balance, do more work-life balance, because even though we're at home, 30 minutes after you wake up, you just roll downstairs or wherever your office may be in your home, and then your day starts. But you find as though you work through your breaks, you work through lunch, you work through dinner. You're doing a lot of that. So it does become a challenge after a while, but just really trying to figure out how to balance that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even sometimes when I'm on a call, like a Zoom call or whatever kind of call, I'll turn my camera off so I can grab a bite and eat my meal.
Yes.
Okay. You lost you for a second, but you're back. So it's we do need a break. Everybody needs to take a break at some point, and all of you who are listening out there, make sure you get your breaks in as well. I do have a question for you, and I'll answer it as well, but I'll ask you first. So how has COVID-19 impacted JLAN Solutions?
Well, early on, we found out from one of our customers that they needed to cut back a little bit. So that was going to be a challenge for us because we were going to have to lay off a couple of folks. And then the PPP hit, thank goodness. And then we were able to keep our employees and just reallocate some of the duties that they were doing to support another contract or to support us on overhead. So, that was very helpful for us being a small business. But my team has just been phenomenal. I mean, they have just been wonderful. We have received our ISO certification during COVID. We've won 2 contract awards during COVID, and it looks like we might be receiving another contract award. So we have been very busy with proposals, also attending virtual small business industry days that are happening throughout the government. So we've been doing that as well, and also working on our marketing strategy because now we can't meet with our customers face to face. So we have to figure out, well, what's the alternative? How do we get our name out there? How do we still have those one-on-one meetings, but not just our current customers, but with our potential customers? So we have developed a marketing campaign, and we've been reaching out to a lot of different customers and potential customers as well through our social media platforms. So it's actually been very, very good for us.
Great.
Right now. So I'm excited. Now, what about you?
I'm sorry, and your team, they're all mentally?
They are, we're on Microsoft Teams. Yes. Okay. Is it freezing?
Your team is all mentally okay?
They're doing well. We are on Microsoft Teams at least 3 times a week. So I get to see everybody and see how they're doing. And,
good.
We're always checking in with our folks who are in different states just to make sure that everybody is doing okay and their mental health is okay. Yes. So, yes, we're doing good.
Good. And so we're doing okay at JMA as well. We had a couple people that, either contracted the virus or was around someone who had it, so had to self-quarantine, but everybody's come through with flying colors. I'm so grateful for that. We also have picked up about 40 people, 40 brand new employees since COVID-19 hit. And I'm excited about that as well. Several of them, about 34 of them, are out of Florida, out of Jacksonville, and they're all trainers in the air traffic community. So we're very excited about that. But all my folks are doing really pretty good. We recently did a health and wellness survey for all of the employees just to see, where they were mentally. And, it's very, I should say we were so not really shocked. I wasn't really shocked at the number of people who are pretty bummed, as we used to say, but who are pretty stressed about this whole coronavirus thing. And mainly because, I believe it's because, not only are they concerned about how it may impact them if they get it, it may impact their family members, especially those who may have folks with underlying conditions, or their elderly parents or parents-in-laws and that kind of thing. So people are pretty concerned about, with the government and all these monetary things that they're doing. They're spending a lot of money, trillions and trillions of dollars. People are concerned, well, what's that going to do with the budget that I get paid from? Is that going to impact me sometime later? Will I not have a job at some point? So there's a lot of concerns out there that you just try your best to alleviate as much as you can, but there's only so much you can do and so much assurances that you can give to people. So, we do our monthly birthday Zoom calls where we send everybody cupcakes whose birthday it is for that month, and, try to keep them engaged in other ways as well. And all the program managers are aggressively staying in touch with their people to make sure that they're okay mentally and physically and so on and so forth. So we're managing. Now we're up to 170 some odd people.
Oh, congratulations.
So really excited about that. Yeah, so we're doing okay. Yeah. So
I have a question for you. I mean, so how are you doing? You yourself and did you establish any goals or anything to do personally while you're at home during this time?
Well, I am doing very well. I happen to live where there's a body of water outside my window. So when I get a little bit stressed, I just look out at the boats and the water, and it just really soothes my soul. Or put on some nice music and have a nice glass of wine, to relax me. But I'm doing well. And as far as goals, well, you know what? I'm not an animal kind of person. I'm not a dog kind of person. So I bought a little betta fish. So, and he keeps me busy because every time I walk into the kitchen where he is in his little fish bowl, he swims occupied, just watching him being carefree and gliding through the water. It's very relaxing. And I also bought a guitar because I wanted to teach myself to play guitar. I'm from a musical family. I used to sing a lot, and I always wanted to be that one person band, or one man band, as they usually say, at some point in my life when I retire, maybe sing and play in a supper club. So I'm trying to teach myself to play a guitar, and I'm excited about that. So
I love it. I love it.
What about you?
I'm doing well. So one thing that you know about me is I work out a lot. Mm-hmm. And I think I've stepped up my game. So generally every morning at 6 a.m., I'm outside doing some sort of exercise, whether it's walking, running, or with my trainer. But yesterday was a huge accomplishment for me. I actually rode my bike 26 miles on a trail yesterday with a group of ladies and a gentleman, and it was wonderful. It was very relaxing. I truly enjoyed it, and it was therapeutic. So yeah, that was great. But other than that, business is good. I did try to learn how to play the piano, but I've since fallen off. But I might pick it up again. We'll see.
That's good. That's good. As I mentioned early on, we've had some really great guests on our show. And, we're lining up our guests for when we do come back the 14th of September. As some of you are just tuning in, we've already mentioned that we're going to take a break, and we're going to, this is going to be our last show until the 14th of September. So we're going to try to get some vacation time in. So, but we've had, Tracy Prigmore, we've had Jim Scott, we had Venessa Kadiri, and we had Brunson Cooper, and they were all just, they brought so much different aspects of business to the table. And just to sit and listen to their story. So, I think it motivated me to do even more.
Yes.
And I'm sure it did the same for you.
Yes.
Made me want to just pick up and just go do some other things. Brunson and his, taking a tractor trailer truckload full of boxes of food to his hometown in South Carolina. It's just, and Tracy, what she's doing for a lot of the young people out there, trying to get them involved in, the hospitality industry. Amazing. Yeah. So we're going to do a little recap on, some of the things that those folks brought to the table for us. So
absolutely.
So Ronette, yes. you want to start or?
Sure. I'll start with Tracy. Tracy is the owner of TLT Solutions, and she talked to us about her journey of coming from the healthcare industry into hotel ownership. Tracy owns a Hampton Inn and a Courtyard Marriott in Waldorf, Maryland, and she also owns 4 Points by Sheraton in Charlotte, North Carolina. But Tracy is a minority female who is just out there doing it. She said she found her passion by reading a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, by Robert Kiyosaki. And what it did was it inspired her to invest in in her first property, but allowed her to invest in, to receive passable income, passable income. My words are just going together here. But she also created She Has a Deal, which is a hotel pitch competition for young women to learn how to invest in hotel and to pursue ownership, and developing these young women to get to that. Really excited about what Tracy brought to the table. She also talked about NABHOOD, which is the National Association of Black Hotel Owners and Operators and Developers. And it's a conference where people can attend to learn more about hotel ownership. So she really brought, like I said, a lot to the table. One of the key takeaways that Tracy had was figure out what your wealth vehicle is going to be and invest now. So I thought that was really good, really good.
Yeah, definitely. So Venessa
I lost you there for a second.
Oh, okay, yeah, you were going out on us too for a bit. I'm not sure what's going on, but you know, hopefully you know, everybody stays with us. So we'll try to get through this. So Venessa Kadiri from PTAC, which is Professional Technical Assistance Program. It's an organization that was authorized by Congress in 1985, in an effort to expand the number of businesses capable of participating in the government marketplace. So one thing about the services that PTAC offers, and there's PTACs in every state, they're free. And she emphasized that they are free. All their services are free.
Yes.
So, so they assist with determining suitability for contracting, securing necessary registrations, the small disadvantaged business, 8A, HubZone, and other certifications. They will look at your proposals before you submit them. They have people that can help you with pricing. You know, they help you with marketing, researching, procurement histories, networking, identifying bid opportunities, proposal preparation. There's so many things that PTAC can do for you, preparing for audits and so on and so forth. And they deal with small to large size businesses. They don't really get that involved with startups, but they will startups to get you involved. They're outsourced or referred to the Small Business Development Center or SCORE or other agencies. So Venessa brought a wealth of information to us for people who are at the beginning stages of their business, not at the startup, but the beginning stages of trying to get their business to grow. PTAC, Professional Technical Assistance Program, is there for you. And again, it's free if you're if you have a business going on. So please take advantage of that. So.
Yes, and I would add to that SCORE as well. SCORE is another service that is offered for small businesses. Yeah. A lot of free classes that are offered, and they can help you with pretty much very similar to the same things that PTAC does, but just at a different level. So always keep them in mind as well.
Right, exactly. Right. Okay, yeah. See, Iman put Venessa's information down here in the web link. Thank you, Iman.
Yes, and then we had Brunson Cooper. Oh my goodness, Brunson brought so much energy to the table. We were truly excited to have him on. But Brunson Cooper is the owner and managing director of Corenic Construction Group. And Brunson shared his background with us and gave us so much wonderful advice. And a couple of things that I could talk about that he talked about was building relationships by his experiences with his mentors, you know, learning from his mentors, getting a lot of information and them guiding him along the way was truly something that helped him grow. And also keep moving forward. As new business owners, don't become discouraged if you get a no. Ask why. Find out what you need. Find out what they need and see if there's another way that you can help fill their requirement. Find that yes. Find that yes. Keep a positive attitude and always remember, all money ain't good money.
Yes.
And ensure you're aligning yourself with the right client, because sometimes you have to turn away a client because it's not the right fit. So I thought that was some great information.
Absolutely.
And then lastly, he said, keep in mind that businesses were started, as you had stated previously, during the economic crisis. So don't give up. you know, it's a great time to start a business because the government is still spending money right now.
Absolutely.
So now's a good time to start.
Yes. One of our listeners said that Georgia Tech's PTAC is, or Georgia's PTAC, there's one at Georgia Tech. And that was Miss A Fulfilled 8. Thank you. So the other great guest we had was Jim Scott from Penan and Scott. It's an accounting firm in Rockville, Maryland. So Penan and Scott is an African-American and Jewish-owned CPA firm in Rockville. So Jim is African-American and his partner is Jewish. So he said they're in the top 50 companies or firms that provide tax planning services in government contracting, real estate, general professional services, restaurants, retail, small businesses. They touch across the board on so many different areas of business. They also provide accounting, system audits, and training classes in finances and QuickBooks. One thing that Jim said before I even go on into the rest of the stuff, he says, you know, QuickBooks is QuickBooks, but they're not an accountant. You really need an accountant because QuickBooks can't always tell you what's a debit, what's a credit, and you're going to rely on what you think is the right answer. But an accountant will know what the right answer is. So an accountant should be the first or second employee that you hire. Yeah, here it is. It says QuickBooks is a good tool, but it is not an accountant. Invest in hiring an accountant. Join your local chamber of commerce to build your business. If you're looking to become a business owner, consider purchasing an already existing business. That's an option that you can look at. Jim provides financial guidance to veterans twice a year through the Montgomery County Chamber of Commerce. He has a seminar that he puts on through them. So just a wealth of information. Jim is open to any questions that you may have, and we were excited to have him on the show. He also, for the last 10 years, has been auditing JMA's book. When I was an 8A, he did my audits every year. I continue those audits annually. And he also audits our 401k and does all my taxes. And, you know, I would show you a copy of my taxes, but, you know, they're this thick. I'm like, oh my goodness. And that's personal and business. So I've got 2 packages that are like that thick. So a lot of paperwork, a lot of trees that were killed. So, yeah, so go ahead, Ronette.
No, I was just saying he was great. He was a great guest as well. We've just had so many. And then I know a couple of people have asked for us to bring Venessa back on because it was a bad connection. So we're going to look to have her back on as well as we go forward.
Yes.
So.
Yes. You know, and Tracy's, because she didn't really get a chance to finish her spiel either. So we would love to have Tracy back on as well. So we're going to definitely look at that. I you know, one of the people that we wanted to bring on in the future is a individual who has his own franchises. He has several Taco Bells and Five Guys, and he also owns the Five Guys that's at Dulles Airport. And so I'm dying to get him on the show and let him talk to you about how he started his franchise business. So and franchises are interesting too for anybody out there who might be interested. I was looking at franchises for a while, and I was going to, I was looking at, what's it called?
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, eat more chicken, right? Chick-fil-A, and in some of the requirements for Chick-fil-A, they're very, very stern about and very focused on who they want to own their franchises. So one of the things I read was that you needed to pray before your meetings with your team. You needed to, they would like for you to be married, but it would be okay if you're not. If you ever did anything that was not unethical, but immoral and, you know, goes against the grain of their religion, and they reserved the right to take that franchise back from you. And also they never wanted you to have any other business going on, only their business. So that was quite interesting, and it kind of put me out because, you know, I'm kind of an entrepreneur and I'm trying to get my hands in this, that, and so many other things. So I really didn't want to give all that just for one franchise, even though it's a very well organized franchise and the food is good and there's always lines around the corner to get their food. So, so I scratched that off my list, but McDonald's, Burger King's, Taco Bell's, there's so many of them out there. There's a whole website that's devoted to the different types of franchise and the qualifications of the requirements to become a franchise owner. And also I know the military has financing for veterans who want to go into that business. So just FYI. So yeah, we'd be happy to bring on guests who can talk to us about different franchises. So I see one of our people said that they were interested in looking at them as well. So definitely, yes. So Ronette, let's talk about some of the accomplishments that, well, you talked about a little bit about, so the awards that you've received since we since we've come on to Business Monday.
Business Monday, yes. Well, one of the folks who gave me one of the awards is the DC Chamber. They're on today as well. So we're excited to have you on here. Yeah. But yes, I am the recipient of the Washington, D.C. Chamber of Commerce Women in Business Champion Award this year. And I'm excited for that. And then also received the Washington Business Journal 2020 Minority Business Leader Award, of which we will be receiving it virtually on Thursday of this week. So I'm excited to receive that. And they sent me a bottle of champagne, a couple of flutes, a box of chocolates, and the award.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. So it's exciting. So what about you, Jan?
So
you talked about your 40 new employees, which is great.
Yeah, 40, absolutely. I'm very excited about that. So I'm also a new member, a board member, honorary board member of Thelma D. Jones Breast Cancer Fund Board, which is very exciting because Thelma Jones is a strong advocate for breast cancer. She's a breast cancer survivor. So breast cancer, trying to make everybody aware and to get treatments and make sure you get your annual checks. And she's in Southwest Washington, D.C. She's, everybody knows who she is because she's all over the place in your face about breast cancer awareness, which is wonderful because somebody needs to do that for those who are a little slow in getting their checks and so on and so forth. So, Thelma also is out there every day taking free meals put together by Jose Andres to people with compromised immune systems. And she's just a strong lady who's running all the time, trying to help others. And she has this wonderful breast cancer foundation that I'm proud to be a board member of. So I'm, yeah, on that board. And I was also reinstituted. The mayor had designated me as a trustee on the DC Retirement Board several years ago, and she renewed that trusteeism or that award to me this year. And so I'm on for another 4 years. And so what we do on the DC Retirement Board is we, excuse me, there's my Huggy alarm. So we monitor and manage the retirement funds for all DC firefighters and police in the Washington, D.C. area. So I'm very excited to be an appointee by Mayor Bowser and a trustee on the D.C. Retirement Board for another 4 years. So very excited about it.
That's great. And you know, I did forget to mention, I was just appointed to the board of Bishop McNamara High School. So I'm excited for that too as well. So that just happened, a couple of weeks ago or so. So yes.
Yes.
I will be working there too.
Very good. I know we're just for punishments, right?
But it's great. We're doing so much in the community, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it. So.
And you and me as well. And they absolutely. Thelma actually did a half-page article on me in the Southwester, which is a local community newspaper, which is on our website and on our Instagram account and social media. So So she wrote it up really nice. I'm like, who is that? Is that me?
I know. That's
but,
exciting.
but it was a very, very nice write-up. So
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So we're excited. We're excited to be out here doing things in the forefront. And what's so exciting about the fact that we're doing, so great business-wise, we're doing things in the community to give back, which is so important, is that we're trying to not only set an example for our family, my grandchildren, your grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, but we're also trying to set an example for some of those young people who may read our story or hear about us who think that they can't do much more. I know you and I both picked up some interns this summer. I have two, one that's 22 and one that's 24. And I asked them, what their goals were and what they wanted to be in life. And, one of them wants to be, just a daycare worker. And I said, well, you ever think about owning your own daycare? What about that? And so we're having conversations from time to time because I'm trying to get them to maybe step it up a notch, and the other one, she was a dancer and she's worked in Starbucks and but she doesn't really have any big goals for herself. So I really want to try to, reach as many young people as I can to say, hey, here's somebody that looks like you. And look what I've done. I was a high school, dropout and went back and got my diploma and, joined the Air Force, got married, had 2 kids, divorced, joined the Air Force when I was 27 with 2 kids in tow, retired 24 years later, came out, started my own business. So look what I did. I lived in the projects. I was on welfare.
Yes.
You can do this. You can do this. So I think it's more than just us leaving a legacy for our family, but it's those other youngsters out there that can see, that we've done it. We're at their level because some of the people that, that look like us, that are much, much bigger than we are. I mean, they're in a different world, but we're here at the level with the people. They see us. They can see us every day. They can see us every day. They can reach out and touch us. They can find our email address and send us an email because it's online. They can call us where you can't do that with the Oprah Winfrey's and the Jay-Z's and the Beyonce's. I mean, they're still great examples, but they can reach out and touch us.
Yes.
And,
and that sets us apart. Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. No, that's powerful. And as I've been doing the same with my 2 interns, one is a criminal justice major from an HBCU, and the other one is an HR major from an HBCU. And they're both great in their own respects. The HR, she's all over it. She's doing recruiting and doing onboarding and everything in the few weeks that we've had her, and she's phenomenal. And then we have a student who's in criminal justice who actually, come to find out, went to high school with my daughter. And so I'm helping her along the way, helping her build out her resume and to think outside the box as she's looking forward to her next move, whether it's, FBI or wherever it is that she's going to. So I'm trying to help guide her in those steps as well. So, and I love what you said about, helping these young people who look like us, because we've come from, we didn't come from money. You always tell me we used to live in the projects, but it's still.
You're in denial. I know.
But, whenever I'm in Ohio and I drive by, I'm like, oh, we used to live there, so I know. But, for me, I've grown up in the military. So I've grown up all over the world and was afforded that opportunity to see what's outside of the United States. And I think that is truly helpful in my line of sight in the way that I do business, because I'm able to interact with everyone.
Right.
You know, so it helps me articulate in different realms of people. So I thank you for that opportunity, for allowing me to see the world, and then, you know, eventually marrying into the Navy, and being in the Middle East, you know, and on the West Coast and in Europe and all over. So it's just really been great.
Right. I see somebody from Ohio.
OH.
You know, that's where we're from, Youngstown, Ohio. Yes. And proud Buckeyes.
Yes.
Absolutely. You know, I must tell this story, and then we're probably going to end this because, you know, we're going to let people go and do what they do, and we're going to go rest our brains. So, but a 3-star admiral told me once, I was at some function, and she said, you know, when she started making rank, you know, people wanted to come and do stories about her, and she was very much like me, who likes to stay in the background and let our folks, you know, be in the forefront. She said, somebody told her once, you know, you really need to get your story out there, because there's a lot of young women who need to hear your story. And it could definitely change the way they think about themselves. It could change their life. It could definitely inspire them. So that made me kind of get over myself of always wanting to be in the background, which I'm okay being in the background. I don't need the limelight. I don't need the pats on the back like some people do. But I go ahead and let my story be told so that, you know, maybe I can inspire somebody. So, yes. So, love it. But I'm proud of what you've become, because you listen well. You don't listen well now, but no, I'm just kidding. No, but you listen well, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be where you are today. And I'm absolutely proud of you. So, thank you, my daughter.
Oh, no, thank you. Thank you. And if I may add to that, you know, when you talk about telling your story, I was a single parent, a teenage parent. And here I am, a business owner. So it can happen. 4 kids later, 4 grandkids later. But, you know, life is good. But
yes, for real.
You know, although you may feel as though sometimes you may be a statistic, but you can overcome that. Yes. You can move past that. You just have to have the willpower and, you know, the guidance to help you along the way. Remember, you know, I didn't do this on my own.
Right.
You know, I had you there to help guide my steps. And, you know, somebody helped you along the way. So remember, relationships are great. Mentors are great. So if you can find a good one, you know, stick to it. So
yes, exactly. So Ronette, it's been fun. It's been great. Like I said, we're going to take a hiatus until, when is it? September the 14th. So, and we'll miss you all, because we enjoy just having this conversation. Absolutely. And hopefully we'll be able to bring you some things. And for everybody to know, we do have an email address. It's called Business Monday JR, which stands for Jan Ronette, @gmail.com. So Business Monday JR @gmail.com. And I check it regularly. So if you have questions or comments, or, you know, interested in being on the show, you know, reach out to us. We're open. Yes. We're open. So.
All right. Thank you, everyone. You all stay safe and continue to be healthy. Yes. And we will see you back in September.
Yes. Thank you. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Right. See you, Mom. Love you.
Okay. Bye, Ronette. Love you too. Bye-bye.